want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedoms. They're not coming after me, they're coming after you, and I just happen to be standing in their way.
Donald Trump was elected the 47th President of the United States of America, and world leaders all over the world took turn in sending congratulatory messages to him. Not only world leaders, some former world leaders and presidential aspirants like Mr. Peter Obi took turn in sending congratulatory messages to him. Now, most of them sent their messages via X. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, Mr. Peter Obi, took to his official X account to announce that he has sent his congratulatory message to Donald Trump. Now, this is what Mr. Peter Obi posted on his official X account, in quote, "Yesterday, I extended my congratulations to President Donald Trump, real Donald Trump, on his successful return as the 47th President of the United States. I am optimistic that his victory will reinforce democracy worldwide and contribute to fostering much needed global peace. I also congratulate Vice President Kamala Harris on her resilience and dedication throughout this political journey. She contested with courage and strength, yet in the end, the will of the people prevailed. The peaceful conduct of these US elections, along with the efficient transmission and release of results, should serve as an example and an inspiration for us here in Nigeria to abandon outdated practices such as electoral malpractice, vote buying, election violence, and network disruptions that continue to hinder our democratic process. No democratic election is complete unless the people's will is genuinely reflected through the ballot. As a nation, let us collectively work to restore the integrity of our electoral system and ensure that our process for choosing leaders is free, fair, and reflective of the people's true desires. Congratulations to the United States of America. A new Nigeria remains possible." That's the message that Mr. Peter Obi posted on his official X account. But everyone's attention was focused on the phrase that says, "Yesterday, I extended my congratulations to President Donald Trump on his successful return as the 47th President of the United States of America." It means that Mr. Peter Obi had sent his message to Donald Trump previously, but when you go through on his X account, there was nowhere he congratulated Donald Trump the day he mentioned that he congratulated him. This suggests that Mr. Peter Obi may have directly communicated with Trump before posting publicly. Now, this move has raised many questions among Nigerians. The question is, how exactly did Obi manage to contact Trump? Was it through a private call, a message relayed through an associate, or perhaps via one of Trump's close aides? Whatever method Peter Obi has used to send his congratulatory message to Donald Trump, it seems Obi is subtly signaling to Nigerians that he has access to a leader as high profile as Trump, a feat that is challenging for someone with that prominent governmental position, especially given the nature of US presidential security and protocol. For an ordinary citizens or politicians without direct ties, gaining access to a US president is almost unheard of unless a personal relationship exists. Peter Obi does not have a known history of meeting with Trump. In contrast, there are public photos of him with international figures like former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson and the former US Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. These images serve as evidence of Obi's broad connections, yet no similar photo exists with Trump, making the details of his communication method more intriguing. But the truth is, Peter Obi's message to Donald Trump is carrying too many broader narrative and meaning. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has, through his aide Bayo Onanuga, described Mr. Peter Obi as the Donald Trump of Nigeria. Many Nigerians have misunderstood that comparison between Obi and Trump. The intention of Bola Ahmed Tinubu comparing Mr. Peter Obi to Donald Trump is not to simply align Obi's election journey with Trump's. Trump lost the US election in 2020 only to win again in 2024, while Obi's situation in Nigeria is different. But however, the true intention is, this comparison highlights both men's popular appeal to the citizen. Both Peter Obi and Donald Trump are seen as populists. What this means is that they have the ability to connect with the general populace on issues that resonate deeply, and they have this unwavering defiance against the establishment. In the United States, Donald Trump is widely seen as a populist who speaks for the discontent middle and working classes, rallying them against a system he described as corrupt and rigged. Trump's rhetoric resonates with many Americans who feel neglected by traditional politics, and his message maintains a populist tone. If you followed Peter Obi closely, you will notice that his situation in Nigeria shares this same populist essence, but in a unique Nigerian context. For instance, following the 2023 presidential election, Peter Obi focused more on challenging the youth to rise up and take back their country. He criticized the status quo, the criminality in government. He severally mentioned that he wants to destroy the structure of criminality. He wants to take the power from the people that have it and hand it over to the people that has it. Peter Obi has condemned the manner at which Nigerian leaders have neglected the citizens. He is quoted as saying, "The people you neglected yesterday are the ones that are causing insecurity in our country today." Peter Obi is deeply worried about the rate of unemployment, the rate of out-of-school children. Peter Obi has questioned why a country of over 218 million citizens cannot feed herself. And he has said he wants to shift the country from consumption to production. This whole rhetoric of Mr. Peter Obi shows his deep-rooted love for the country Nigeria and her citizens. During the 2023 presidential election, Peter Obi challenged the result in court, alleging electoral malpractice and advocating for the transparency many Nigerians felt was lacking. Despite his legal challenges being dismissed, as well as a judge going as far as mocking his claim in open court, yet Mr. Peter Obi remained undeterred. Peter Obi has shown respect to the institution of state in this country. For instance, Donald Trump did not attend the inauguration of President Joe Biden. Yeah, we know Peter Obi did not also attend the inauguration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but he has continued to respect the office of the president and that of the vice president. He addressed Tinubu as the president and Kashim Shettima as the vice president. It shows that Mr. Peter Obi accepts the outcome of the election as pronounced by the court of law, even though he knows that he won the election. Unlike Donald Trump's ongoing contention over the 2020 election, Peter Obi's approach underscores a principle. He is committed to Nigeria and will continue to advocate for change while working within the democratic framework. Peter Obi, just like Donald Trump, refusal to bow out of Nigeria's political arena, even after court setback, speak to his determination to remain a critical opposition voice. This is someone that has been threatened to leave the country, and this is someone that has the resources to live abroad comfortably, but yet he has continued to stay in Nigeria. He has been vocal about his intention to stay and engage actively in Nigerian politics, emphasizing his right to live and work in his own country. His stance has only strengthened his image as a populist, a politician for the people, even if he did not secure office. Obi has demonstrated that he is not merely in politics for power, but for a vision of Nigeria's future. Peter Obi's popular approach goes beyond being a rhetoric. In months leading to the election, Obi focused on the message of hope, one that promised a shift from Nigeria's consumption-based economy to a production-oriented one. This vision captivated a large portion of the electorate who felt disconnected from the existing administration's policies. Many Nigerians believe that Obi's proposed path forward could lead to economic revitalization, a move away from dependency, and a step towards self-sufficiency. Obi's popularity did not only remain in Nigeria, it reached across demographic and regions. Peter Obi joined a relatively unknown political party that has no incumbent governors, local government officials, or federal representatives. Yet, his grassroots movement gained enough momentum to secure more than 10 million votes, according to reports, in an election where his party lacked the political machineries of Nigeria's major players. Yes, I mentioned 10 million votes, not the 6 million votes that was announced by INEC. This kind of huge accomplishment is unprecedented for a relatively unknown party with no minimal structure. It speaks volume of the persons and appeal of Mr. Peter Obi and his ability to connect with voters directly. Much of Mr. Peter Obi's campaign was funded by his supporters themselves, both home and abroad. This means that the people believe deeply in Mr. Peter Obi's vision and they invested in his campaign despite never meeting him in person. It takes high level of trust for you to command this level of respect from Nigerians, and no politician in this country can command the level of popularity that Mr. Peter Obi has attained. Just like Trump, many of Obi's supporters were hopeful that his leadership could bring an end to Nigeria's economic stagnation. But unfortunately, when the election results were announced, many were left disappointed. Technical issues marred the process, Report indicated that the Independent National Electoral Commission server was allegedly shut down to prevent the upload of presidential election results, even though the results for the senatorial and federal house elections held on the same day were uploaded smoothly. This incident led to widespread belief amongst Obi supporters that an intentional move had been made to block a potential tsunami that would have hit the political system in this country. Even though President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been sworn in as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, they are now under intense pressure to deliver on their promises, as the Nigerian people are facing even more significant economic challenge than before. Things has become times 3 times 5 worse than it was before. For Mr. Peter Obi, politics is not merely about attaining power, it's about making a significant difference. In his rise, he demonstrated that with the right message, it is possible to ignite a movement and inspire hope among millions. Peter Obi supporters see him as more than a politician. They see a leader who listens to their struggles and wants to build a Nigeria that works for all. Like Trump, Obi's connection to his followers is deep, built on a shared desire for reform. But Obi's approach emphasized economic transformation and resilience within Nigeria's democratic framework. Peter Obi's political journey highlights that he is more than a political contender. He's a symbol of possibility for many Nigerians. Peter Obi's emergence on the national politics enables a lot of persons to win election both in State House of Assembly and the National Assembly. Peter Obi's experience and continued opposition serve as a reminder that true leadership is measured not just by victory, but by enduring dedication to the people's hope and aspirations. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.